So this is the chapter outline for chapter 1. We'll be covering what are the markets, how does an index work, why is the index useful, where to view indexes, and lastly is the sum up of today's lesson. What are the markets? Okay, I'm sure you've heard a lot of people saying, oh, the market went up today, or wow, the market dropped by 200 points today. So when they refer to the markets, what exactly are they referring to? Well, in this case, they are referring to the stock markets. And what you need to know is every country they have their own individual stock market. And the stocks in a country's stock market are different from stocks in another country's stock market. So for example, stocks in the German market, they are different from stocks in the Japanese market. And there can be hundreds to thousands of stocks in a stock market. So how do we keep track of how the stocks are performing in a market? Well, this is when we look at something known as an index. An index is a technical instrument that can help us track the performance of a market. So what an index does is the index will show the change in price for a selected group of stocks. So let's look at a simple example to introduce to you how an index works. Okay, in order to understand how the index works, let's imagine we are at a place called Mike's Furniture Shop. So Mike's Furniture Shop sells chairs, and there are two kinds of chairs that we are interested in. Chair A and Chair B. So imagine that there's an index that is tracking both chairs. So whenever the price of either chair increases or decreases, the index will calculate it and show it to you. So for example, if the price of chair A were to increase by $5 and the price of chair B were to decrease by $1, the index would show an increase of positive $2 because 5 minus 1 is 4 and there are two chairs. Looking at another scenario, if the price of chair A were to drop by $4 and the price of chair B were to drop by $2, the index will now show a change of negative $3. So this is actually similar to how an actual stock market index will work. The stock market index would track the change in price of all the stocks in them, calculate it, and then show it on the index. Of course, for an actual stock market index, it's not that simple in terms of the calculation because they have to take into account many different factors. For example, the number of shares or the big difference in prices between two stocks. But these are all very technical calculations that is not very important. All I need you to understand is the index will show you the change in price for a selected group of stocks. Now you might be wondering, why is the index useful? Because I mentioned to you that there can be hundreds to thousands of stocks in the market, but the index only consists of a selected number of stocks. So can this small number of stocks selected to be in the index, can they mean anything? Do they have any significant meaning in showing you the performance of a market? Well, what you need to understand is most indexes, they don't consist of every stock in the market. They only select a handful of stocks to be in the index. However, the stocks selected to be in the index are all huge companies with large market values from various sectors of the market. So what this means is these companies can help to show you how the different sectors of the market is doing, and their entire value make up a huge portion of the entire stock market value. So for some indexes, they can actually make up 60, 70, or even 80% of the entire stock market value. Thus, you can see that an index is useful because it gives you a good representation of the entire market and the various different sectors, and it helps you quickly see how the overall market is performing.